Welcome back, everybody. You are listening to the Morning Grits podcast.
Yeah.
And we talk about sports in a raw and authentic way.
Yeah.
Sports for the fan, from a fan. It's your boy Joseph, aka JWiTheGrits, and I'm back once again with my man Leon. What's up, Leon?
What's good, y'all? We back.
That's
Season
right.
2.
That's right, man. I'm pumped up, Leon.
Man, I'm excited, bro.
I'm feeling good, Leon.
Yeah, let's get
Like
it.
you said, season 2 of the Morning Grits is here. And we are definitely here with the Around the Grill special. We got that Traeger grill in the back. Hey, because that's the only way to grill if y'all didn't know. And Around the Grill is just something that, you know, we want to kind of bring an element of sports, but how sports is at the house.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of
Absolutely.
men, a lot of families, you know, they get together for sporting events. You know, so Around the Grill special will be that,
Yeah.
you know, for any major event, any major happening
Yeah.
inside of sports, whether it's boxing, whether it's football, basketball, baseball, you name it, we're going to be around the grill with
That's right.
sports. And so what brings us here around this grill is because it's been a crazy year, 2020. Kobe passed away this year.
Yeah.
We had the coronavirus this year.
Yeah.
We had the marches for, you know, Black Lives Matter.
Yeah.
You know, so a lot of cultural aspects have been happening, right?
Man,
And now
a lot.
the NBA, Leon is coming back to
Let's go.
return, which we've been missing since
Yes.
our last episode.
Yes.
Right?
Bro, let's get it.
So the NBA is here. I'm pumped up. Leon, how you feel about it?
Man, I'm excited. I'm ready for the NBA to restart. You know what I'm saying? People need some entertainment. They need to feel good. They need to feel good.
Right.
I think the last 6 months has been, or 5 months has been hard for everybody. And so we need some peace, man.
Yeah.
And so bring the basketball. I want to see LeBron, Statue of Liberty.
Yes,
you know what I'm
sir.
saying? And then holding up that trophy at the end.
That's right.
Let's get it.
I mean, at the end of the day, the Lakers have been one of those top teams.
Yeah.
The Clippers have been one of those top teams.
Yeah.
We got teams like the 76ers who kind of fell off a little bit.
Yeah.
Right? In March, at the end of February, because
Yeah.
Ben Simmons wasn't playing.
Right.
His
He
back
got
was
hurt.
hurt.
Right.
Joel Embiid, he wasn't playing as well. And so there's been some time for people to kind of heal.
Yeah.
Right? And I don't know. It kind of just resonates with me, what you just said right now, because do you think basketball is that sport to kind of bring people together, to kind
Yeah.
of bring healing to what's been happening right now?
Well, I think that it will because, you know, one of the things I love about basketball is that it has always given Black people or whatever situation going, they gave players freedom to express themselves.
Right.
Whether it's Black Lives Matter, whether it's police brutality, whatever it was. I love the NBA, and I think that it's a great idea to bring it back because you have a platform to be able to use that platform, and the NBA is giving you the okay to use the platform for social injustice, you know, police brutality,
Right.
Black Lives Matter. So I think it's good for the culture, and I think it's good to bring some happiness back on people's faces.
Yeah, and one of the things that the NBA is doing is that they're allowing like certain types of phrases
Yeah.
or you know, just messages culturally
Yeah.
that the players could put on their backs.
Right.
So they can use things like Black Lives Matter.
Yeah.
You know, they can use things like to educate.
Yeah.
You know, just different types of phrases. One thing I did hear LeBron was saying that
I
that
knew
he
you
didn't-
was going there.
Well, because he didn't really get a chance to he said that he wasn't a part of that process of the decision making when it
Right.
came to what type of messages could be on the back.
Right.
Right. And LeBron, his message is a little bit different, is what he was saying.
Right.
Is that the players themselves did not get a chance to choose what message to put on their backs.
Right.
So the NBA themselves, you know, they have
Right.
29 different messages that they could put on their backs. How do you feel about that? Do you think it's something that they should have allowed the players to
Right.
kind of choose themselves?
I think that they should have given them more freedom because you give us the opportunity to be free, but then you put a cap on it.
Right.
You know, granted, some people will probably go way
overboard,
overboard. It's
yeah.
probably to keep people like in a little box. Okay, I already know some of y'all crazy.
Yeah.
But to console LeBron, because I think he's an advocate for the players
Right.
and the players listening to him. So Patrick Beverly had made a statement saying, hey, LeBron play, we all play.
Right.
And so you know he have a voice. So why not bring him in on the conversation?
Right.
And so he can hip them to what's really going on, how they really feeling from a Black, perspective.
Right.
So I think they should have brought him in. And I don't blame him for not having it on the bag because he, like you said, his message could be different.
Right.
And it doesn't mean that he doesn't support Black Lives Matter or, going against police brutality. It's just, okay, I need to say something different.
Right.
So I'm not going to wear nothing because you didn't give me opportunity to be free with it.
Right.
So,
When you look at LeBron, though, LeBron is more than an athlete.
yeah.
You know,
he's
he
a
has-
sports icon.
He has the I Promise
Yeah,
school,
yeah.
for children,
Yeah.
in the inner city. provide scholarships for them to go to college.
Yeah.
LeBron is an activist inside of our community since I can remember, since he's been in the league.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So he's always used his platform to elevate African Americans, to elevate Black culture, to let it be known that, you know, we are special people.
Yeah.
And so there's been people out there right now kind of criticizing LeBron, saying that he should have used this platform that the NBA is giving him now to kind of let the message be heard. But he's already done a lot.
Yeah.
More than what anybody has done, right? Most of people, right?
People, I mean, I learned that people is not going to be happy with everything that, you know, everything that you do. He's a man in his own right. He's a sports icon. He probably is a sports figure of the century, of the decade. So not bringing him in, you know, it's a little wrong, but like I said, I don't blame him.
Right.
But then I understand people who do put stuff on their back because it lines up with because he's a brand. People, all these athletes are bigger, like you said, they do different type of things and they are a brand. And so their brand has certain messages.
Right.
And so he might want to portray it a different because he know that it is aligning up with his brand. So I don't blame him. So it's all good.
Yeah, it's all good. And everything's all good.
Matter.
Everything's all good in Orlando.
Yeah.
You know what I call it? I call it bubble ball.
Bubble ball.
Because they're going to be inside the bubble. Quarantine. The teams are being quarantined right now. It's 22 teams. I got a little fly over here. But it's 22 teams, you know, just going at it right now to fight for, you know, the top 8 spots.
Yeah.
To fight for the position in the playoffs. Yeah. So it's really like a tournament.
Yeah.
Style of play. These first 8 playing games.
Yeah.
And then you have the 8 and 9 seed. If they tie, they'll have a game themselves to decide who's actually going to be the 8th seed.
Yeah.
So I kind of like the format that's been happening.
Yeah.
Controlling the virus and things like that. Do you think that's something that can happen with this within this bubble?
I think so. Because I think that they have the money to do it.
Yeah.
I think that they have the wherewithal just to really just keep everything simple and keep everything controlled. Like I said, can't nobody get in there. So remember, I know we talked about one of those previous episodes, that it was going to be no fans in there.
Right.
You know, and so I think that it's a great thing. And like I said, it's work.
Right.
I mean, get to work. Do your job.
Do your job.
Your establishment open.
Yeah.
So you are the report. You're going to play. Just like everybody have to risk their lives. I mean, you guys are doing more physical contact, so I understand some of the concern. But at the end of the day, you know, you make a paycheck just like I'm making. I might not make as much as y'all.
Right.
But if I got something to work, guess what? I got to go to work.
Hey, but you know what? At the same time, you remember me and you already had this conversation.
Yeah.
I was kind of on the fence about basketball or even sports even coming back at all.
Yeah.
I was on the fence of, or on the side of, that we should not play because it's going to create more of a spread. And then remember how you said, well, if the NBA is going to have to shut down if somebody gets it, and then Rudy Gobert ended up getting it, and then the whole NBA shuts down.
Man.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then so if it happens again, the whole bubble is going to collapse. You know what I'm saying? So what I've seen and what I've been reading, they really have these guys on lockdown. Yeah. You know, they really have,
Yes. Like they're isolated. It's like they're in a quarantine.
Right.
They're in a quarantine for 2-3 months.
Yeah.
Now, I've seen some videos.
Okay.
Of their rooms.
Yep.
Now, you're talking about millionaires who have mansions and their room is the size of maybe this downstairs house. Right?
Right.
They're in this little tiny hotel.
Right.
The food is given to them in a box. You're talking about high-profile athletes, high octane. They have chefs cooking for them.
Yeah.
And they got meals prepared for them in a box.
Yeah.
Some of that stuff, I'm like, I know it's hard for some players. Now, I know LeBron probably have his own situation. I don't know.
I'm sure he
But I
does.
seen some of those little baggies, man. They had like little juju beats. And I'm like, no.
You remember them juju bees?
So I know it's going to be hard for them to be in there for 2 months.
Right.
Especially when they're used to having so much space and chefs and having their own catered meals all the time. So I know it's going to be hard.
Right.
And so I just want to say that I appreciate their sacrifice to even come back and to do what they're doing and show courage to do what they're doing for their fans. And a lot of players are saying this is for the fans.
Right.
I want to say thank you.
Yeah.
Because it's a positive step.
Right.
And it shows us that they really care about what we think.
Right.
So I appreciate
I mean, yeah, there was a lot of players that came out. I think about 150 players who was spearheaded by like Kyrie, who was spearheaded by like Avery Bradley to come out and say that they didn't want to play at all. You know, so like you're saying, for these people to kind of turn around and have a change of heart. One thing I'm happy about though, I'm happy that Dwight Howard is playing with the Lakers.
Man, Dwight.
If Dwight Howard did not come back and play with the Lakers,
you were secretly the MVP.
Then we need Dwight Howard with the Lakers. That is a fact. And so when he said that he was coming back, I was feeling really good about that.
I was excited because he's, like I said, he's the head of our he's a snakehead of our defense.
Right.
He's an enforcer.
Yeah.
You know, and we need him.
He's a big time X factor.
Absolutely.
You know?
I hope we resign him.
Yeah, I think we will.
Yeah.
You know, there's no reason why we shouldn't.
Yeah.
You know, he's a key component to the team.
We took a chance on him.
We took a big chance on him.
We took a chance on him. And one of the things, and while we're on Dwight Howard, he did say that his paychecks every game, which is a lot. You know, I mean, he's making like 2-point-some million, but that's like $200,000-$300,000 a game.
A game, yep.
And so he's giving his full checks to Black Lives Matter associations.
Okay.
And so I respect that. You know, that's a lot of money. You know, and just showing that he support the movement.
Right.
So the white man, I love it. He's doing the right thing. He's doing what's in his heart, and I appreciate what he's doing for the culture.
And that's the thing. There's a lot of athletes that contribute to the culture, and a lot of athletes don't get recognition. They only get recognition for them being skillful in a sport, for being athletic. They don't get that recognition of actually contributing their time and monetary components to a cause. And a lot of them do have nonprofit organizations that they do give out to a lot. So thank you for sharing that. You know what I mean? And one thing I do want to share, I want to know from you, Leon, who is going to be the MVP of this year? Because they said March 11th, from any game played from the beginning of the season in October all the way to March 11th, that's who's going to be crowned the MVP. Did LeBron do enough to pass Giannis to become the MVP of the league by beating the Bucks and also the Clippers that last weekend before the shutdown of the season?
I'm gonna say it like this.
What's up?
And it's a couple of things why I would crown LeBron James.
Okay.
For one, the West is known to be the hardest conference.
It is.
Has been superior, more dominant for years than the East.
Okay.
You have more monsters in the West, teams that are just cold-blooded, than you do in the East.
Okay.
And I think that, you know, and even when LeBron was over there, you know what I'm saying, we were like, oh, he's in the East, because we knew that the West was where the competition. Mm-hmm. Now, to take a team that didn't make the playoffs to the top of the West, beat the Bucks and the Clippers in the same week, has been putting up crazy numbers. He's leading the league in assists, a 6'8" point guard leading in assists. Up there, his points haven't dropped. I have to give it to him. Okay. Because, like I said, and there's nothing to take away Giannis. I think he's an excellent player. I think that he is a piece away from being a competitor for a championship. Okay. But he, you know, he's in the East. You know what I'm saying? I'm not discrediting what they're doing, but it's not that hard to win in the East. And now, mind you, Toronto beat them last year.
They did.
So, you know, it just goes to show.
And Toronto's still one of my teams to beat.
Yeah, and the Celtics.
And the thing about the East is that, okay, yeah, I mean, when you have like the West Coast, you have LeBron, right? But on the West Coast, it's almost like you have more like star-laden teams.
Star power.
You know, and then on the East Coast, you have more team play.
Team play, right.
You know, like Miami Heat.
Right.
You know, they have Jimmy Butler, but they have other components to have as a team to bring in, you know, camaraderie and the unity. You know what I'm saying?
And I don't think Jimmy's not, to me, he's not a superstar. I think he's a step under a superstar. I think he's a great player, but superstar, I wouldn't give him that title. You know what I'm saying? But he's a great player. Yeah. He's solid. You know what you're going to get from him day in and day out. You might get 10, 15 points from Jimmy Butler on a couple nights, but he's going to really give you everything you got. That's one thing I love about him. He gives you everything you got. Yeah. But my team, my sleeper in the East is going to be the Celtics.
The Celtics?
Yeah. Yeah. Celtics going to be
Jason Tatum's no joke.
Oh, that's my guy.
You know what I mean? So we might as well just go there now.
Okay, let's do it.
So your sleeper team in this format, right?
Right.
I mean, And I'm not talking about like the top teams. We already know about the top teams.
Right.
We know about the Lakers. We know about, the Bucks. We know about the Clippers. You can fill in and take out. The Celtics, on most people's radars, could be one of those top teams that wouldn't be considered a sleeper team.
Yeah.
But are they considered a sleeper team for you, or are they considered more of one of those top 5, one of those top 6 core teams?
I think that they are a top 5.
Okay.
A top 5, top 6 team.
Okay.
They're dangerous, bro. Like Celtics are dangerous.
Yeah.
Like they can catch fire and give you problems, and they like they did earlier in the season. They mollywopped us, like took them up and was like, doo-doo-doo.
They did.
And they just destroyed us. They can have those type of games. So they're definitely a sleeper team to win the championship, or at least beat the Bucks.
Right.
The Bucks ain't gonna be handed to them because, like you said, I think the Raptors are strong in the East, and I think the Celtics.
Right.
76ers are good, but I think that Ben Simmons have issues. I don't understand how you have so much time to play basketball and you still can't shoot.
He's been working on his jumper.
He's been working, but we don't see it in the game.
Right.
How much you gonna work on it before you actually apply it?
That's true.
But if he had a jump shot, they would be dangerous.
The 76ers have big issues. And one of their major issues is being healthy.
Yeah. Ooh.
And then you look at Joel Embiid, but you look at Embiid being able to play with Al Horford too.
Woo.
But they do like to go to the block a lot.
Yeah.
They're probably the team that posts the old school style of basketball.
Yeah.
They do that more than any other team in the league.
Right.
Which you always say, when it comes down to the playoff time, the Rockets and their run and gun style, they're not going to be able to sustain because they can't slow the ball down.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? They can't get into a half-court grind-out play.
Absolutely.
This is something that the 76ers can do.
Yeah.
But if they get it together, or if they get injured, like, do you think they could be there? Because, wait, did you pick the 76ers to go to the finals?
I did.
Right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, how do you fare them out now of that actually
they're still dangerous.
Okay.
They're a problem.
Okay.
I think that Joel Embiid will X out Giannis. I mean, when Joel Embiid is healthy, he's a problem.
Yeah.
He's a humongous problem. So if he's healthy and you have a healthy Ben Simmons, I don't know if anybody in the East is going to beat them.
Right.
Other than the Raptors, I think the Raptors have the remedy to beat them.
Yeah.
Because they're smart. And like I said, I think they're at the top.
Man,
of
last year, the
East.
only remedy was that bounce
Kawhi,
in.
he was
Like, just looking at you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
that's the
that
only
was
remedy they had.
huge.
Because
That was
otherwise,
huge.
you would have been talking about the 76ers going to the finals.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? So you look at that part of their growth to be able to, and then especially with Joel Embiid, hopefully he really took that to heart because he had a lot of tears at the end of that game last year.
Yeah, he did. Man.
Right? So you knew he wanted it. He wanted it.
He did.
My man was on with the baby cry.
Yeah,
You know
I
what
was
I'm
like,
saying?
wow. I felt for him though. That was from the heart.
And that's passion.
Yeah.
That's passion, man. That's just something that a lot of NBA players bring to the table.
Yeah.
That's something that Morning Grits brings to the table. And we definitely appreciate everybody coming in and watching us. We do have season 2 coming up. So make sure you follow at Morning Grits. We will be available on all platforms. Follow myself at JWitTheGrits. You got my man at I am Leon Holly. And we are here to bring you sports in a raw and authentic way. And let me know, are you with the grits